Hello, give me one more second. I have to set up my stream monitor, which is pulling up now. We could go ahead and go to me close-up screen. Hi, it's me, Poison. And you're watching the person who put sushi rolls into variety streams. Kind of. At least a little bit. Okay. It is now pulled up. But hello, it's me, Poison. We're doing a lot better today. Yeah. And that's the importance of giving yourself time and space to process things. Because some people don't realize, like, this isn't like fully related, but one of the reasons why you go to like therapy and psychology and all that other fun stuff before you have any like mental like severity issues is to prevent them from happening. And like I have a lot of tools in my toolbox to like address complex emotions. So we're having a much better day today. I do actually need to hydrate. Yeah.
Surprise.
Raz is here. But yeah, okay, and like if I'm being legit, uh 100% transparency. Oop, I hear audio playback. Where is it coming from? Do, 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 do. Nope, not there. This is the problem with me having 60,000 tabs up. I found it. You might not be able to hear. It's very faint, but I do audio playback and I heard my voice more than once. Oh, there's still a little bit, it looks like, which makes no sense to me because it shouldn't be. There you are. Got it. But hello. So today, to change topics, because I don't remember what I was about to say, uh, today we are going to be working on adding the details, and that's good to hear. Today we are going to be working on doing the details on the Lynea model. So I went ahead, made a color palette for myself. Um, we are gonna see it's gonna be gradual, so you may not notice as much like improvement on the model, like, but if you timestamp right now, like the very start of working on it, and then you jump to however long we work on it at the end, it's gonna have a lot of difference between it. Because it's not going to look too drastic in this stage. Oh, it's not going to look too drastic in this stage because we are currently like changing shades of white and like changing the shade of black, adding very slight pigment to things that by themselves don't look like they change much, but are the core things that make things look like how they do. Let's see. If my face tracking freezes again, I will probably restart Wardo. Okay, it looks like it's fine now. And hello, Proto. In case I accidentally didn't say it in my spiel. This time I didn't post like uh, a model in the thumbnail, so we're free to like switch around. Last time I didn't like switching my model too much because sometimes if I put a model in the thumbnail, I want if someone clicks on it that that's the model they see. Because if you are unfamiliar with me, it could you imagine like you click on this face, but then are greeted by let's pull out like you click on my festive model only to see yeah, my Boruto's slow. Yeah. So you click on the festive model only to see like this on stream. You might be a little bit surprised. You might break your neck from whiplash. That's the only problem that I've found with having so many models. Even though having a lot of models is my brand, it does hurt brand recognition, which is why I have staples in the design, like the high pony, the fangs. I try to keep like my skin tones and like shading details very consistent. If I'm gonna use this model, I need to turn down bloom. Or turn up the threshold. Yeah, let's keep it intense and just at the high threshold. Make that high, we can make it more. There we go. So this is a life hack or art hack if you are a VTuber who uses Boruto and you also like use Unity to make the models. If you set things with like varying levels of luminosity or like emission, you can then use bloom to control the light and how it looks on screen. That's how I do it. So you don't have to like set the brightness to a certain value. Just make sure you set the value so like small that it's hard to see it unless like bloom is on. Like some features of this model are really hard to make out without bloom. Actually, we might have bloom turned off because I kind of like this. But yeah, some models, they just don't look right unless I have bloom turned on. Though with this one, I think it's hard to make out the hearts with bloom that are like floating above the gloves. Okay, let's... I think everything that is minimized needs to be minimized. Yeah, okay. Life scene. Okay, so right now, this looks like a hot mess. Like the edges and everything are like kind of wobbly. This is supposed to be kind of a strap, but right now it kind of looks like I went through the jungle and ran through like a bunch of thorns. We're gonna fix that up. So first thing I want to do is take the shirt and let's see if I have a reference image I can pull up really fast. Okay, so we're gonna use this as an example. If you notice my eyes are purple, we're going to use special effects so they shift colors. Um, so the first thing I want to do is add like shirt detailing. We will have to shade the shirt as though it's all in light because we're going to program the shadow effect in Unity. So we want ridges and fabric, but we don't want to like do this where it's like super dark and super bright. We kind of want to shade it all kind of like this, and the only shadows should be in like folds of fabric. But yeah, so we're going to be adding like the fabric detailing uh, and the layers, which is why I made this color palette. I am testing this out as like something that might help. I've never done it before, done a color palette before a model, but hey, it might make, if nothing else, it should make life easier. So the top row is shades of Wuthering Waves Black. In other words, these are all shades used to represent black on Wuthering Waves like art. This one is blonde, this one is white, and this is just some random colors that I can pull from. So first thing I need to do is we're going to put some lines on this. We're not going to care if they're done well. We're just going to put some lines down for the shirt to act as seams that will then get detailed. So she has a 3-panel shirt. So I want to go like, probably like this. That makes it look flat. So instead, I'm going to go from here, because I want, definitely don't want to lose like any curvature. I wonder if I need to recalibrate. That works. Okay, and I don't think I have specific threading I need to use for the arms. We're just gonna do our normal like sleeve shading. I'll use this line as like a cuff guide. Okay. File, export. We're gonna call it jacket. Oh, actually, shirt. And then export guide. I need like a blank file. This one works. Because I need this, instead of exporting the guideline every time, I should really just have a file to rely on. Do, 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 do. Then I want to go File, Open. Okay. I need to, okay, so one reason why my Finder or my File Explorer is slow is I wanted to free up RAM when I was playing Marvel Rivals, and one way to do that is to like not have File Explorer like basically keep track of itself in the background. And I need to turn that back on. I am looking for the color set. There it is. Okay, I'm going to drag this over. And I want new layer, drag this down, and I'm going to put the line of symmetry right here. Because I will use symmetry tool for this. Because it's not a complex underdesign for the shirt detailing. We might use something different for like, well, we will use something different for like paint stains and stuff. Okay, so we do this. I'm gonna calibrate the draw pad really fast. Yes, Christmas is next week. Speaking of which, let me switch back to my Christmas model. I had switched this one to be like, it'd be weird to kind of like put one model on the thumbnail and use a different one. And I forgot to switch back to festive. And I still have my night lights on. Yeah, this is very cool blue, wintry, so we'll leave that. And then turn bloom back on so the lights light up. There we go. Now it's back to Christmas. Oh, I think today's also the first day of Hanukkah. So for those who practice Hanukkah, uh, yeah, practice Hanukkah, not Judaism. But those who are Jewish and practice the holiday, happy Hanukkah, if that's correct. Oh, I need to wrap. I still haven't wrapped any Christmas presents, and I'm normally really good about that. But this year, like, I just have not been. Okay, let me grab my color palette. I did this all in one layer so that I could do this. And this is the experiment I'm doing. I've never used this as a method for, like, grabbing colors, but it should help. I'm going to put it in this black area because this area won't actually read uh, in, like, the other program. I actually really like perfume, but my issue is that I like perfume that is very sweet. Like I like the cotton candy perfume from Bath and Body, if they still have that. I haven't went perfume shopping in forever. Right now I use a lot of like essential oils. Like I love orange, like even if it's not the season for orange. Do, do, do. This is gonna be mostly white, so let me. I'm gonna grab this middle row. Oh, I think I've smelled it. Not 100% sure. But congratulations to Celine Dion for getting her voice back. At least last I heard, she had her voice back. Okay. I wanted to grab this one because I'm going to turn it and I'm going to put it inside these little like shoulder pieces because they also won't transfer to the model. But if I'm zoomed in, I'll be able to more easily find these. Because the goal is to speed up the rate that I shade. But what does it smell like? Because, yeah, I am looking for more scents. Because I do like to smell good. Okay, this shade is very close to the white that I'm already using. So I might not really need to use it too much. see. And also, I do love dupes, especially because you might know this because you bought a dupe. Most of the dupes are actually made by the same person who makes the actual product, or at least it comes from like the same warehouse. So sometimes the dupe is actually not an actual dupe. It's actually just the product with a different label. Okay, I just for my own like sanity. Okay, I just need to make sure mirror tool was actually working because this white on white is not giving me much detail. Okay. I'm just gonna merge these layers real fast. Merge selected. I'm gonna drag this to the very bottom. Oh, okay. All of these sound familiar, and it might be just because they're famous names. But they do all sound familiar. Okay, we're not going to go heavy on shadow detailing because, again, we program the fabric material sets in Unity, so we don't want to, like, end up making shadows too dark because it'll get actual shadow from realistic lighting. Okay. Now I want to grab the darkest of these shades. I'm using an airbrush, but that's because Vroid is weird when it comes to like opacity and transparency. So you can get away with like a bit of like room when shading. So I've never moved away from the airbrush because it's my favorite brush, and I'm not really punished for like the fuzziness that comes with airbrushing. It's not like a huge deal. I'm just curious to what like it smells like. But like there's no urgency to it. No sleep will be lost, other than what I would already lose to my insomnia. So no pressure. Um, I have no idea what's on these two layers. I don't think anything. So let me just merge these three layers because I do not want blank layers for this. It's already going to be very difficult to sort it out properly. Don't want any added difficulties. So I'm going to take this and I just want to blur. So I kind of want to get rid of this gray line that's underneath. So I'm just going to like diffuse it till it's equivocally gone. Because this is going to be ideally like a seam. Oh, nice. Does the bottle say like what it smells like on it? Let me grab this. That's why I couldn't see any difference. Okay, so that doesn't help at all. I want something darker. Okay, but yeah. So, okay, rose is a complicated smell because if it is the rose where they like add other like layers to it, love it. But if it's just straight up rose, I kind of think it smells bad. And I say that as someone who's like trained as a plant scientist. It's I just don't like the smell of roses. Oh, okay. So if I had to guess, cinnamon with like woodsy like undertones, because that is oftentimes what is used in those situations. Except, even though some men won't admit it, they actually do like when people smell like candy. Believe it or not. Because that's when I've gotten the most compliments from like other guys, is if I smelled like candy or something sweet. Which reminds me of the TikTok audio. I taste just like candy. Dun 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 dun. Uh, so I stop having these weird pauses in my speech. I'm gonna turn my audio playback off so I don't interrupt myself. Oh, nice. Uh, if I had to guess a Indian-esque style perfume at Walmart, I'm gonna say it probably has jasmine as like one of the main like scent profiles. Which I okay, so I have jasmine incense. I don't oftentimes buy perfume, but what I buy a lot of is incense, like the little burning stick things. Because for one, if you have a cat, nothing is better for removing like nothing is better than like burning incense to get rid of the smell. Partially because smell is carried out by particles, as many people are aware of, but what some people don't know is that air actually has max saturation points, and you can push things out of the air uh, by either heating it up and then cooling it down, or vice versa. Like certain things, air can only have certain amount of things suspended in it at any given point. Oftentimes done by weight, but yeah, I love incense for just either to like cover up after I clean the litter box or uh, just to make my house smell nice. Well, apartment smell nice. Nothing. Okay, so white is one of my least favorite colors to work with. Because I feel like I'm doing nothing. Because it's so hard to see like the gradual changes that I'm making. Like I know I'm doing something, And I know whenever I get to the export and put it back on the model, it's gonna look good. But that being said, it also feels like I'm not doing anything because like I need to cover this up because it's supposed to be a seam. So now you can barely see it, but it's necessary. One, I want to turn up stability because this is going to be, for the most part, a straight line. And then I'm going to barely blur that. Ever so slightly. I want to see how this is looking, so I'm going to go ahead and export it and put it on the model. Hide this. But it should be looking a lot better. But yeah, I definitely like favorite scent profile is pretty much sugar. Cotton candy is definitely one of my favorite scents. There we go. Okay, so now's a great moment because I can basically show you before, after details. And that looks so much better. And to think that's going to happen for the entire outfit. Everything is going to look better. And I have to remind myself that. Because sometimes when I'm looking at this, oh, not this. Good thing I had a skin mask. But sometimes when I'm looking at like this, it feels like it's not going to look better. I'm like, this looks blah. But then I actually re-import the image and I'm like, that's good. I like it. Okay, up next, because I think I can actually move on from that for now. I think up next I want to adjust the skirt. And I don't even know if I need to export to do that. Oh, nice. Do you know what it is in the scent that she's allergic to? Believe it or not, uh, I have my MS in Earth and Environmental Science. My specialty is plants and the utilization of plants. So uh, it's actually one of the things that my research was done on is allergens and uh, basically the idea for my thesis was to how to best ecologically set up an environment so that we get the most like positive environmental effects from it, therefore having good financial effects as well. And part of that was an allergy study to like kind of look at common allergens, but it was mostly to do with pollen and like other like biologically volatile things such as sap and things like that. We used to do a lot of plants, like plant science videos. Like I used to post one every day, and my models were all based off different plants. They did okay, but they weren't growing the account, so we had to pivot a bit. But we'll probably go back to making science content at some point. Just find a funner way to present it. Because it's more than likely I wasn't presenting it in a fun enough way. I am actually, so I also have seasonal allergies. Ironically, mine's in the fall, not the spring, and also in the winter. So it's likely ragweed. Um, but I'm also allergic to grass. So, like the touch grass, I'm like, I would rather not get a rash, actually. Um, and mostly I'm allergic to grass in kind of like a pseudo allergy kind of way. So, some people have very sensitive skin. Mine's very sensitive to dermal abrasion. So, like the little spines that are on grass will like kind of prick the surface and cause my I'm not reacting to a specific chemical that's in the grass. I'm reacting to basically the fact that it leaves tiny scratches on you. Well, on me specifically. I'm allergic to peanuts, but not in a severe way. I will say, funny story about how I found out I was allergic to peanuts. So I was eating like Reese cups and I posted a Facebook status. And the Facebook status was, so you know that feeling when you eat like a bunch of Reese cups or like peanut butter and it's like a little hard to breathe, like it's stuck in your throat? And I was thinking like peanut butter, like pasta sits heavy on your stomach, peanut butter sits heavy on your throat. Where's my logic? Um, it's flawed logic. It turns out I was allergic to peanuts. And that everyone doesn't experience difficulties breathing after eating them. That was a me thing. You think it would be obvious, but sometimes you're just not thinking. Like, and the amount of therapy I've been through is like anti-catastrophizing therapy, and sometimes that works too well. Sometimes it is actually a catastrophe, and you should adjust things. Like, yeah. But that was a fun way to find out I was allergic to something is through a Facebook status. And not like an infographic Facebook status, just posting myself, my lived experience of difficulties breathing after eating peanut butter. And then after I made that acknowledgement, I realized, oh, wait, I do actually kind of get itchy after I eat peanut butter. And it does make my face go a little flat, like blushing almost, like not full on like rosacea, but just slight. And so like I can technically eat peanut butter without dying, but and like I can be around peanuts. I don't have any issues of like if I accidentally breathe in peanut particles. But yeah, no, I did find out, hey, you are allergic. Okay, I need to get so for this one, I want my blacks that are this top row. And I'm going to control C because the skirt is purely in this black category. Okay. Yes. And I need actually, so I typically don't need this, but because of the way that I'm doing this model with a very cinched waist, I need that little like this section because it's what makes it to where you don't see like into my body. You good. I'm the same way. Like, I have been a bit floaty lately, but it's because like I processed a lot of information. And so now my brain is on vacation a bit because yeah, that's how my brain responds to stressors is kind of just like taking a small vacation. I think that's good. I think I'm gonna pull this a little bit over. Oh no, we need to go the opposite direction. I want a little bit of a stronger gradient here. So we're gonna pull these over like this and use OK. Hide this layer and we're gonna file save. Come back to this. I'm doing the big pieces of outfit first so I can get some dopamine to carry me through the rest of the design. Skin mask. Oh, I need to click on this part. There we go. We're just gonna erase my waist. It's a TOS hazard anyways, so might as well. Okay, so my go-to is sensory deprivation. So reducing the amount of things that I'm either listening to, hearing, seeing. Uh, for a while, like I've mental health is a journey, and for a while, I was having really bad panic attacks. Uh, and so what I would do is I'd let my friends know, like, hey, I do have bad panic attacks. So if I do come over, I want you to be aware of that. And what a lot of my friends did, because they're very nice people, is anytime I was invited to a party, there was always one room that would have like it would typically be a bedroom, but the lights turned off, and could go in there during the party and just sit down and like be in the dark, close my eyes, like put headphones in. And that was so nice because it did help. It helped to integrate me back into like being around other people and not self-isolate so much. I want to hide most of this. Okay, I apologize, stream, but I have to move it to me close up because we're about to look up the skirt and I need to make sure that that won't break TOS. So, this is a TOS check. Okay. It doesn't break TOS, but it could get flagged, so we won't do that with it showing. But it looks good. Okay, I'm gonna close this and I'm gonna have the model do a spin because I want to make sure that there's not a clipping issue right here. By the way, anything that's physics, like this chess physics, I'm changing in Unity. Vroid models don't even maintain their physics when exported naturally anyways. Okay, let's do a severe turn. There's a bit of clipping, but some of that is going to be fixed by some of it's going to be fixed by recreating the skeleton that's going on. This is character accurate height, but I might make mine a little bit longer so that way I can get some more flowiness to it. And it's also going to get more fabric detail, but that's going to happen in Unity. Okay, I think I want some more fabric detailing on it. And I am going to make a wheel in Blender and add it to the bottom of these so they can be roller skates. Okay, let's go down here. I'm going to make it slightly wider, a bit longer. I want to see a zoomed out picture. Ooh, that sounds really cool. I actually, one of the things that drew me to VTubing is the love of puppets. Like, to be a VTuber, like, is what that's one of the draw factors for me. But let me see something real fast. I'm pretty sure I know what those are, but do do do. Like, I was actually super happy to see Miss Piggy during the Gamer Show Awards. Okay, yeah, I know what those are. Like, unpopular belief, I like seeing Miss Piggy on things. I think she belongs to go anywhere she wants. Okay, I'm gonna check my polygon count. Oof. Is there a hole in this outfit? It looks like there might be. Because, like, I don't know what's causing this. It also might just be an outline issue. I think it's a render/outline issue. I don't think there's actually an issue with the outfit. Okay, polygon count is 4,600. Well, 46,000. Turn this off. 75,000. I am still really good on polygons. I try to keep this under 100,000. The reason why is because once I pass 100,000, it starts to affect the load time of the model and also makes it has a higher chance of messing up during exporting and modding. Now, people who use the Blender workflow need to keep it way less than this. But because I'm using Unity in programming, I actually can't delete transparent meshes without reducing the options I have whenever it's put into Unity. Like, I can't, it's harder to adjust blend shapes if I delete transparent meshes because it makes it to where I can't move the blend shapes anywhere. Okay, so first, I'm going to deal with this leather strap. Let's go ahead and export. Desktop. You know, I'm going to save them in this Beat Saber folder because I can delete the Beat Saber folder after I'm done with this. Because I'm not probably going to play Beat Saber in a while. I've already removed it from Steam. Oh yeah, I wanted to mention this. I did recently get like, well, more than one. I've recently received some commission requests, and I will go ahead and say here. Okay, I don't I don't know if I know how to do that. But if I did, I'm sorry, I might enable ray tracing. That being said, it wouldn't matter if I did because I can only stream in 720p, so you're gonna be fine. I remember seeing like people complain that their computers couldn't run a streamer's like VTuber model, and the streamer thought they were being legit. And I'm like, oh, hey, you can stream the video only at a certain resolution. So if they can handle it at the stream resolution, they can handle everything that you put on it. Because that's how streaming works. It's like they're watching a YouTube video. It may not look as good, but okay, I want this. We are also just taking our time with this because we have a full week for it to be finished. I want to, yeah, almost like a full week because it's next Thursday. And it does need to be finished before Christmas Eve because I will go out of town for a bit. Let's see. Which platform should I check the hashtag for? We'll try Bluesky first, because if we can promote Bluesky, we're going to do it. Also, less issues of possibly seeing material. Oh, okay. If you're doing it on there, I'm gonna see. Okay, yeah, no, there's not screenshots on Bluesky. Most of them are drawings. So let's go to the land of the unholy. Hashtag MADAR. Posts. Latest. Should I type in puppet? Let me get rid of my hashtag. Because this is what I see right now. I'm very careful to not have my browser up on stream. Oh, let me go to media. Especially on Twitter. Uh, let's see. Control C. Let me send this really fast in chat. Is this spelt correctly? Because I don't speak Japanese. So I just want to check to make sure I look up the right thing. I want to rasterize. Okay. I just want to make sure before I Google a word in a language I do not speak. well, not Google, but Twitter search a word. I found a French commercial for it. Which reminds me of like the 90s toy cartoons. If you want, my Twitter handle is at Poison Oaks, the same way it's spelled here on YouTube. If you want to like tweet it at me, so that way I can see. Oh no, I was on X. A lot of my programs look the same because I keep everything in dark mode because I have sensitive eyes. I need to hide this. Switch to a pen. Okay, I need this for the start point and the end point, but I don't need it for anything else. And end point. Let's do bigger. Then take this. Okay, let's refresh. I should get it. Oh, okay. Oh my god. Okay, maybe it's unpopular, but I love it. I do kind of love it. It it, it kind of reminds me of like putting on a show, like when I was like a kid and I'd take like all my action figures. It has a whimsy to it. But I am historically known for loving cursed things. Like my Final Fantasy houses, I have been informed are quite terrifying. It is like early YouTube. It's uh oh, I don't want to quote Harry Potter. Because it's gonna say that like one TikTok video thing that like oh, not TikTok, that one very old YouTube video that has them say their names and but I'm like I as someone especially with a majority trans audience, I But I don't think everyone who watches my videos is trans, but I have a lot of people who watch my videos that are trans. And I would rather keep it as an inclusive and friendly space for all. Yes, that mysterious ticking noise. I was like, why can't it be some other property? Just any other IP, please. But you know the one. It's like it was one of those things where like they've not been brought up in my like actual day-to-day conversation in so long. I've almost been able to ignore they exist. Jake Rowling, that is. Because we don't support anyone who would go so far to fund anti-LGBT laws. Because, I mean, for one, I am LGBT. Quite severely so. Okay. So now I need to turn off the symmetry tool. And I just want to kind of like... So I'm going to take this. And I'm just going to like kind of make a semi metal piece. Oh, I should definitely not do this with an airbrush. For this part, it should be done with like an actual like pin. Even though I rely on airbrushes too much because they're a crutch for me. Because it's easier for me to I'm not good at line work, so it's easier for me to bypass that using an airbrush tool. But I do also need to work on my line work at least a little bit. I don't have to focus on it, but it's important to work on things that we aren't necessarily the best at. And that's me talking to myself on that one. Okay, and then to grab this. Just kind of want to give it like a very nice, like silvery property. It just needs to be like visibly silver from a distance. I love that too. Um, I remember that being a huge trend with the like Albert Einstein once said, "Yes, girly pop, you do that, Slay Queen." Fourscore and 7 boots ago, the house was brought down. I will say my favorite trend that is from another country though is like the trend of uh it's similar to Spanglish, but it's like Japanese mixed with English terms instead of like Spanish mixed with English. It's like the Ari got to go. Fourscore and 7 whips ago, they nay-nayed across the land. Okay, that was rough even for me, but yeah, I got to stop. I love those so much. Even the bad ones that are like Domo got uh uh no, Gomenasari is a great one. What am I saying? They're all great. I'm gonna give this the metal property and Unity, but I can't just do everything. Similar to like someone who's like shooting a movie, I can't just say we'll fix it in post to everything. At some point, post is gonna happen, and I'm gonna be mad at myself for not actually doing the thing I need to. Okay, so I want to take this. And I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna like very loosely, I want to start mixing these two shades of black. And we are gonna use the blur tool after we mix them a bit. And this is gonna give it a leather sheen. Okay, I want the darker shade. Because this is needs to be segmented in a way. Color history. There we are. Oh wait, does she have the same buckle that technically doesn't make sense? Okay, no, she doesn't have that buckle. I was thinking it doesn't make sense because like if I make it go long ways, why is there a strap going into it? I'm gonna move this buckle over because it does actually not make sense to put it there. I'll put it here. Because it can also make up for this shaky line work. Yeah, I think I learned about that phrase by seeing a clip from an Amelie stream. That phrasing. Okay, I do like this. Because this is such a major patch, uh, that's one of the reasons why I'm going, because it's a major patch, and also because the outfit is like well designed and on the fashion side, a little bit more than like say over accessories or over accessorized, so you can kind of focus more on the details. But like because this is the 3.0 launch stream model, I'm spending a little bit of extra time on it because 3.0 is one that I'm really excited for, but also because like Actually, honestly, it's mostly that I'm excited for it, but also because I want the stream to be special. Okay. In that context, what means everyone dies? I think that's what I know WIP to be also. From I guess I would say an MMO standpoint. I am still looking into Warframe. I did have to remove it from my computer for a little bit because I was doing a lot of video editing and I needed space. And I always have to, whenever I'm like mass editing video stuff, I always have to delete a game off my computer because I game on a laptop and I edit on a laptop, so storage is limited. Okay, let me hide this layer now. File, save. That is not correct. File, save as. Wait, unless that is correct. No, it's not. Delete. There we go. It's still kind of giving a little bit Lara Croft energy. But it's reading more than it was. And that's what we can ask for. For a direct comparison, because it should be... Oh, I can just go to my gallery. Like, just from adding, like, details to a few pieces, like... And this isn't, like, anywhere close, like, finished, but that does... See, like, just giving yourself... And that's one of the other things I like to do, is because I lay it out and then focus on the details later. I'm able to... It, for one, does look like garbage before I start editing, but I find that I get to see like this thing that normally you just see gradual like progression. I get to see like little leaps and jumps of progression, which helps the serotonin, which helps me continue. I think in a lot of her art, she has yeah, like little like tchotchkes on the thing. We're gonna do that, but we'll do it in a different on a different like object layer. I want to add a dress. And I'm gonna delete this part of the dress. Because here's what I want to do. I'm just going to use white for this for now. Yeah, this one's going to be a bit complicated. I debate if I wanted to do this instead of here in a different program, so that way I could make it more like flop. But I think I will like actually do the name tag here. Because I can do it right there. Or where does she wear it? More towards the front. This part's always so complicated. Okay. So we're looking for it to be kind of badge-esque. And by kind of badge-esque, I mean badge-esque. So this loop piece needs to come down just a tad bit more. Then eraser. I definitely want to like reduce the size of this by a lot. That's going to be way too big when it gets to the actual tag part. Yeah, closer to that size. Okay. Erase this. New layer. Delete. And then I'm going to use this as my guide layer, which goes down to this one. And then I need to do like a different shade just to kind of help myself and the other program. That's too small. It's looking like a talisman right now. I think that's the appropriate size. It doesn't need to be perfect. Something like this. I like it. Okay. Now, when I first saw it, I thought it was a badge, like a security badge that had like their face on it. Turns out it has the school emblem on it, which is cool because for a while my like signature was putting DNA strands on things, and the school's signature, if I can be so brave and pull it up, is also like DNA strand. Like it's like a triangle with a DNA strand on it. I luckily sent it to a friend so I can use this to go get it. Oh, nope. Facebook really said, I don't like whatever you were trying to do. But I also sent them the wiki page for it, so luckily I can go to that. Save image. Save. Okay. And this is definitely going to have a gloss on it. My cat just demanded my attention from behind me because they just woke up. Let's see. Let's export this. Right, let's see, BDG, desktop, save. Okay, so then I'm gonna go to Clip Studio, File, Open. I don't see it on my list of things to open. There it is. Okay. I think I can grab this section. Actually, no, I think I want the whole section. So let me come over to here. And I'm going to grab this. Control C. Control V. And I'm going to scale this down. Okay. Okay, I need to see. So these are almost evenly dispersed. It is a little bit. So every square represents the same amount of space. So when I see a square that gets smaller, that means this space is condensed down here. So when I'm doing the badge, I need to note if I put it down like right here, it's going to start to get either squished or expanded at this line. So we're going to try to keep this a little bit higher up, and I might use like a barcode for the bottom part. Okay. Okay. This go kind of just across. Then I'm gonna hide this, new layer, and I want to grab this. Blur. Okay. Oh, let me actually just use a line tool. Okay, so I have in the past put a uh, barcode, like say down here. I did it like with a badge. I don't do that anymore because it doesn't really work that well for something that is a topographical map because that changes a little bit. So we won't be doing that again. We'll just use a fake barcode. Where's this? Then I forgot to grab this. So I'm just gonna grab this and go. Oh, you know what? Instead of a barcode, I think it'd be cool if I used a frequency, because that's a repeating thing in the game, and it's probably unique to the person. So I feel like in the universe, like something of this nature would probably be more used. I'm gonna do this like how I do it in Vroid. This might be upsetting for people to know that this is how I do it. I just found that I like made better frequency and imagery if I like did it this way. Start with the black box. Especially in Vroid because it's harder to like do fine-tuned things. Yeah, this is legit how I've made almost every tacit Discord mark on a model. Because I normally make them inside Vroid. Where the tools are way less precise. This is one of those awesome moments that I have to judge myself a little bit for because I am zoomed in to where I can see pixels. No one, and I mean no one, is going to see my model this close up. I do not need to make it for this. Do, do. Yeah, that's gonna look fine from a distance. What is it, buddy? I hear ya, but you see a draw pad in my lap, and you know that you don't get up here when I have a draw pad up here. I know. But last time you pulled my entire computer off the shelf. Okay, I want to do this. New, and then reverse the selection. This is going to get a gloss, so I'm not going to do too much here. Just a little bit. Just to help out that post-process gloss. Okay. And now I can hide wherever the paint samples are from. There they are. File, save. Yes. Yes. There we go. This one will like look very different once it's done in Unity. But for now, it's gonna look like this probably. Because I'm gonna give it a metallic property on top of everything. We have a model that was made for not Do at Night, NTE, and it has a similar badge system, but it's like a tiny book. Okay. We've done these. I think the next section for me to cover is leg strap and sock. Though socks are probably not that important because I'm just going to do this to them. And I can do that because it's the only thing on that layer. I can do that a different way. I think that's on jewelry. Okay. Erase. I need to make sure that this lines up. Okay. Export. Desktop, and we're just going to export this as STRA, and yeah, we'll just do that. Clip Studio, File, Open, Home, STRA. So for this, I really just need those same like base colors, which are right here. I'm going to use their darker counterparts. I think I could just do this. Just going to fix this up. Just want to add some of this. I am still going to make the little like, I think it's like a holster thing that she has on her thigh. I'm still going to make that in Blender. I think that for the most part is good. Only other thing I can do, new layer. I want to take the line tool, and with these sections where these bangles are, I'm just gonna, I want something that is just as wide. for this other side. And then go down to this, and I'm just going to erase what's underneath this, because these straight lines are going to be better. And Julie 100% gets the textures for it get done in Unity, because I like to make them metal. So like textures I put down now are going to mostly be gone. And I think I'll put, we're going to do asymmetry here and put one more line on this side. But go up here. So I don't want to put too much higher. About there. I don't think I'll worry about like a clasp or anything down there. Mostly because like it's not going to be a central part of you looking at it anyways. So I don't know what service it would, like, you see this model right now. You don't see the lower thigh. Okay, that's good. I think the next thing I need is I need to duplicate this layer. So volume is at -50. I'm going to switch it to -25. New layer. Hide. Actually, let me grab this. Mirror. Turn this off. Oh, Where's the set? Oh, I'm doing this wrong anyways. Because I need to do this on the other layer. Out. That should be this. I believe Lynea has like a collar that goes up. Yeah. I think that's as far as I can go with this. I wonder if I do like something like this. Okay, so that's what needs to happen. Okay, then we go. And now I need to come up to this one and probably just kind of like grab that top collar part so that way it can work into it. I'll just grab the darkest shade on this part. It doesn't need to fully go up, just enough to like cover. Yeah, we'll do this. Okay. Come back down to this one. Oh, wait, let's just put this down first. Why am I not seeing it? I see that. Okay, all I want to do is add the cuff here. Let's do cuff width. I'm going to switch this down to this. Sleeve width, turn this up. Cuff width, we're going to go negative 100. Negative 50. Negative 25. Trying to create a situation where this is leaning inwards, but it's not. Oh, wait. That's not affecting anything. That makes it go out. I go here. Negative 100. Okay, I think that works. Not perfectly, but well enough. Move this. Okay. This needs to be kind of reversed. So I'm going to go up here. Just kind of color this gray. Now I want to switch this.
She is coming along nicely. Greatly, Yvonne.
Same.
Not one odd.
We are paying close attention to details on this one. Similar to like the bunny model, because it is a little bit more of a simple outfit, which means the beauty will be in the details slash, yeah. I'm confused.
Hey, don't forget to stay hydrated with your choice of
Same.
beverage.
This time it is actually water. It's enough slices. let's do this. Same. Okay, then I want to take this and go loop, technical term, loop, and then take this, grab this, and kind of just take the purple section here. Does the die bucket work on both sides? It does not. Okay. Oop. Okay. Then I want to grab this. I think this might be a bit exaggerated. I could probably shave a little bit off of them. Yeah, like that. And then we're gonna add a clip. First off, erase that small dot. Okay, and now I'm gonna add a clip. It's gonna go like right here. Undo, grab. I'm gonna put this clip on the inside just because I feel like it's not gonna be that important. I'm just gonna put it there. Technically, it's supposed to go like right here, but I don't have an opening there, so it goes there. Okay, up next. I have to first like draw on the model for a lot of this because I don't know exactly where it exists. Like she has these little badges on her outfit. Oh my god, make them the gym badges from Pokemon. Except that Pokemon will send me a cease and desist. There's gonna be a company that would do that. It would definitely be Pokemon. Oh, I need to turn off mirror. Control C. I think I need to increase volume of the width. Oh, that it wasn't the waist that was a problem. It got switched to black. I was like, this should definitely be showing up. A lot of this is gonna get like a metal edit. Then bend. Oh, not that. I want it to be very barely blend. There we go. Okay. I forgot I could do this. Okay, I'm gonna grab this. Where's that hole? It's not there. Yeah, do another new layer. I think no one will ever get really truly appreciate just how complicated I made this collar. Like you guys will know, but dear God, I did that in a strange but also kind of necessary way. I need to do new layer, move this layer down, grab a pen. Okay. So I need to do this, new layer, and now I can do that. Yay. I think it just needs like some paint stains. But what I might do for the paint stains is I might have them like disappear and reappear. Okay, let's check on our polygon count real fast. Okay. Export. I still need to put the tie down, but I need to make the tie in Blender also. Okay, 75,000. We're actually doing great on polygons. It's freezing, so let's make sure we save. Yeah, because this is like a debut party stream, I definitely want this model to look really nice. The only issue sometimes when I spend this much time on a model is that it looks better than my base model. I know, hard to believe, but like it there there are better models than mine, and I can sometimes approach that peak when I do models like this. Okay, we saved. I want to go down to the shoes, and I want to bring these shoes closer to the right color. And to do that, click tops. I need to go to the straps. Click on the strap. And then go down. Paint can. These will get darker whenever I add like lighting, so like I'm not gonna worry too much about the sock part. Oh, I need a new layer. That's about to be a big mistake. Just adding some texture to them. I don't think, yeah. This. Then I'm just gonna grab a new layer. And I'm gonna do like this. Then take like a light blue. Then bright white. Blur. Because that label does not matter and I'm not gonna spend too much time on it. It's just that this sock has a label, so I'm putting mine, the like little emblem. There we go. Okay, so if we had a checklist, oop, we have this. I need to do a thing for the tie. We're only going to put the base of the tie because I do still think I want to make it in Blender. Because all I'll be doing is like making a kind of like trapezoidal shape. We have headphones that we need, which I haven't decided how I want to add those. They might also be a Blender situation, just because it might take a few too many coat materials to make them. Yeah, I think we are nearing the Unity stage, which is what I wanted to do for this stage, where like get it one or two like steps away from Unity. I'm gonna take a picture. Okay, I went to grab this. Pull you over here. Okay, I can zoom in. So this is where it was before we started, and this is where the outfit is now. It's like a lot of small changes that like add up. Artists who make this also make this. But yeah, we are doing a fairly good job on this. I think we're going to be happy with how it comes out. But yeah, last thing I need to do is tie headphones, paint splatter, which paint splatter I do think I might want to do that in Unity, just so that way I can kind of give it like a cool little thing, give it its moment. But I might place it. LOL. Yeah, no, this is a perception issue on the camera, but that's fine. It doesn't export that way. She does also have like a little badge right here. And like a couple of rings and stuff. Like it's like a little like Star Torch Academy emblem that goes right here. But I think we're gonna save here as we've worked on this model now for like 2 hours and 50 minutes, so almost 3 hours. So I went to save. We also have some body, like, shading to do, because I might switch. So I do a lot of models as femboys, for one, because TOS is looser on male models, but two, but for this one, I'm probably gonna switch this from like more of like a pec shading to the other gendered shading. And we might add physics to the chest as well. But yeah, I'm happy with where we are at. Because the Unity stage will be super fast. Like, I'll do that within 3 hours. So I think I have like maybe 1 hour to 2 hours left in this section. And then we move on to the next one. Which will... The stuff in Blender will probably take me an hour, not because they're hard, but just because, like, I'm not that proficient with Blender. So I'm going to add a wheel down here. I'm going to add the tie piece right here. This is all good. And I might add a badge, and then some color stains for, like, paint. Okay. I almost went to export, and I was like, no, we're not done. We're just at a stopping point for today. Uh, I think what I might do, instead of ending stream, I think we might play like a game like TFT, at least a match. Because I played TFT last night and I did win. I won with Yordles because I like Yordles. I also really like the mechanics of the new set and new series. Okay, I also have some clipping things to address. I'm not gonna lie, as per usual, I was a little bit worried at this stage. So it's definitely a good feeling to see this come out of this. Because sometimes you just doubt if you know how to draw still. Because even for like my rough drafts, this was pretty rough. But we did it. Okay, me close up. I'm going to switch my category over on Twitch. Minimize a bunch of things. I'm pulling up the client now. Only issue is that you will definitely get to see my messy desktop background. Just because of how the lead client works. But you know what? That's fine. If you can tell, most of them are art assets. Why can't I hit the play button? Oh, it's currently playing. I can exit these. By the way, if you're over on the YouTube side and you definitely want to see more, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And if you could like the video, that would do great. If you're wondering where your pet is and you are subscribed to me or following me on Twitch, just send lurking or hi in the chat and it will spawn down at the bot screen below. Let me grab this. Okay, TFT. Oh. When did this battle pass come out? Because I think they recently switched sets.
I'm no hero, just a yordle with a hammer.
Okay, I think I haven't tried the solo mode ever, but I also do just kind of like the normal mode. You know what, let's try this, because this is new. It replaced the rapid mode, which I like the rapid mode more than normal mode, but I do think that you have to be careful about fracturing your player base too much. Which they were definitely in danger of. So for some reason, this has always happened with my League client, where like this part won't come up. And I have to like alt tab it.
EFT.
Yes. Well, theoretically TFT, if the tab would actually come up. I have concepts of TFT. Let's see something. League client not launching properly. I do not want to try AI mode. I just want to know it's not working. It says try running it in administration mode, so I guess I'm gonna have to just close. Though, with how the League client works, I don't know necessarily how to do that. Exit. Well, I hit the run as administrator, but I think what League heard was stop working altogether. There it goes. We're having some trouble. Okay, play. But I guess, Raz, if you want to play, I can do double ups as long as it actually launches. You know what? Just because I'm not sure how it's gonna launch, I should probably sign us up for solos. Okay. And I know I'm on my me close-up screen. You know what? I think I don't think I have like anything that really goes with TFT. By the way, my computer is currently doing its own thing right now, so that's why we're also still not on that screen. My computer is being quite quirky. But it wouldn't be something that would show on stream because like it's what it's doing is it's tabbing itself on repeat. Okay, I finally got it to work. Let's see. We have Slayer and Ixtel. You know, Ixtel seems like a fun place. I think I might go for that. Let's see. How do I unlock these? Two Nikos. Ionian Warden. Evolve. For every 5 enemies that mutated, Void allies take down... Ooh. You know what? Let's go to the Void. I like that more. Let's see. After dealing 1,000 damage... Yeah. Void Arcanist. Void. Void was strong early last time. And I'm gonna double down on Void. We're gonna stick on Void no matter what happens.
Hands off my meal! Hands off my meal!
Also, the first item I normally build if I have it as an option is Sunfire Cape because it is just really strong early, especially. Let's see. Caretaker. After winning a player combat, gain a random unit from Runeterra. Yay! I don't pick last, but, and I normally always pick last this round. I don't think there's any Void here. Oh, there's Cho'Gath. Oh, and Rakan. I kind of feel like this is a better thing to have on the board. Do. Yeah, one second. Okay, face tracking should be working again. I'll take this. I think I need to be higher level. No, I should see more Void. I just am not seeing them. But yeah. After this match, we'll probably call the stream there. So it'll be a bit dependent on how long we last. Oh, I got a gold thing. Beast glove. I don't know why my like tracker out of nowhere is being so laggy. Like my face tracking. Let me pull it up and just have chat next to it instead. Let's see. Level. I feel like Cho'Gath probably can utilize more things than the other guy can. Let's see.
I never thought I would stand opposite you again, Vi.
Vane's good at executing stronger targets. Like tankier targets. But I think my Cho'Gath is doing fine at that. I mean my Kog'Maw. I say as I am about to... May not win this fight? Yeah. I don't have any anti-heal. Let's see. Bronze, invested. Gain 2 player health and 2 gold after every combat. Your team becomes larger, gaining 200 health. Don't know if that helps Void. You know what, let's just get extra bank flow. Oh hey, I'm fighting grass. Oh hey, I'm losing to Raz. Run away. Oh, I'm small. I thought it said get bigger. Oh no, that was the other one. Okay, let's see.
Embrace the cosmos.
Reroll. There's Malzahar. I won't lose this. I won't win this one either, more than likely. But I can start winning now that I have, like, another Void unit. Rift Herald unlocked. I'm gonna grab one of the spoons, even though I have no idea but they do. Oh god. I move way too fast. Whoops. Let's see. I love that the Rift Hills is a unit. After dropping the 50% health, spawn Void. I love that I took the win combat one, and I haven't won combat since I took it. Should probably move Malzahar further back. Oh, but it's a freebie. Do. Okay. Got this. Got this. That's a Yordle. So um let's see, Void. What do I need to unlock you? Long shot, 3 items. Slayer. Have 8 voids active. My void team came back stronger. Unsealed. Dark Warden. Next 4-star champion you buy. Gain a lucky chest. Crash test dummy. Choose one of 4 Darkkin weapons. I'm curious as to what Darkkin is. I'm gonna take it because I don't know what it is. Beholder. Every 10 attacks fires an arrow. Beholder gains dark trait. Beholder gains darken trait. Every 4 seconds, adjacent enemies. Basic attack damage. Yeah, I think I need Giant Slayer. Let's see. No, Tiberius. Oh, do I summon Tiberius from the bench? Guess I'm gonna grab Malzahar. Yeah, I need to not take this. This isn't bad though, because I did need anti-heal anyways. I think it's time to sell this. Just bulge. Okay, they're frontline. Oh, I'm gonna take some damage here. And this is gain 15% damage amp, increased 1% after every 3 attacks. Here's another issue technically that I don't have any life steal. So my sustain is just bad. You require level 10. don't think I'm gonna hit level 10. Can do. Giant Slayer. And I'm going to take this. I think my build needs like probably just a form of heal. Okay. I think Cronus is probably gonna be better. Every 2 casts, Chronos stores 1 XP. Oh yay, yeah, no, Chronos is better. I'm surprised we've been in. Okay, who am I fighting next? Oh, I think that that's like the potential to fight either or. I should be able to outrun it. Okay. I guess I need to try to get that gold unit. I cannot control my speed here. Oh yeah, I forget that they change fiddlesticks sometimes. Of course they would be front row now. And he's not been any kind of ranged person for a long time. Okay. You're the furthest.
You ready?
Oop. I... That's a cool execute, though. That's at least a cool execute. But with that execute, I think we are done with the stream here. I'd like to take this moment to say thank you to everyone who stopped by. I can't wait to see you all in future streams.
That was brutal execution.
It was. And I will see you all next time, which I believe today is Monday? Yeah, so we stream tomorrow. So, see you tomorrow. Bye for now.